Good Erev Shabbos, everyone. Erev Shabbos, Parshas Acharei Kedoshim. I want to speak a little bit about Sfiras Omer, and one of the lessons and messages of Sfiras Omer, the whole concept of counting. A lot of discussion is about the days and about each day, the Sfiros, and the messages of the day. And I think that there's an overall message of Sfiras Omer that needs to be kept in mind. Because when we count, we know that we're counting towards Shavuos. And that we're counting towards Shavuos because the whole purpose of Yetzias Mitzrayim, of the exodus of Egypt, was in order to be able to receive the Torah. And therefore Shavuos is really like the end of Pesach. It's one package. All the days in the middle are really like a Chol HaMoed. And if that's the case, so then we're counting towards that moment. One would think that one would count. It's 50 days, 49 days, 48 days, 47 days left, 46 days left. We count many things in our lives. And instead we count, today is 1 day, today is 2 days, today is 3 days. And you have to wonder why we count that way. And I think that in that lies the entire message, the entire secret of Sfiras Omer, and exactly what this period of time is meant to be doing for us. Let's move away from this for a moment. Let's go to a very famous idea of Yaakov Avinu. When Yaakov Avinu came into town, into Haran, and he walks into town and he asks, does anybody know my relatives? And they say to him, your relatives, they're right there. There's your cousins, Rachel and Leah. And he sees Rachel and he knows that this is the one that he's going to marry. This is the one who is going to build Klal Yisrael with him. And when he meets Lavan, so he realizes that he has to do something in order to be able to marry Rachel. So he offers that he's going to work for her for 7 years. Now, I know nothing about business. I know nothing about negotiations, but I do know that you don't start at the top of your negotiations. You start with an offer that's low and down, and then you build up, and you end up somewhere in the middle. He walks in, he says, I'm going to work for her for 7 years. 7 years, like millions of dollars. Why not make an offer that I'm going to work for her for whatever, and then negotiate? No, I'll take this. No, okay, I'll give you that. And negotiate, work to something. But he walks in, he says, I'm going to work for her for 7 years. That's pretty crazy thing. So why did he make such an offer? You also have to wonder that the Torah says that he worked Yomim Achadim, that it was like 1 day. They worked for 7 years. It went so quickly, like 1 day. Nothing ever like that goes quick. You know, when you have a goal, you know that in a week I'm going on vacation. So that week, when your mind is on vacation, that week could take a month. Right? When you know that there's something coming in your life, to get to that place, it schleps and it goes so slowly. How in the world did it work 7 years? Yom Achadim, like 1 day. So they say an incredible thing. They say that Yaakov Avinu understood that Rachel Imenu had no sense of self, no sense of her own importance, and no sense of her own power. And Yaakov Avinu understood that he needed to do something to build her up. The proof is in the pudding, because in the end of their stint with Lavan, when he turned to her and he said, it's time for us to leave, he knew that it wasn't going to be an easy thing, or he thought, to leave her father. And he was hemming and hawing and trying to beat around the bush a little bit. And basically what she said to him is that, what took you so long? I was happy to be out of here right away because it's not pleasant with my father. Well, my importance to him was only in as much as the kind of dowry that I could bring in. It's like literally like a cash cow. It wasn't really important to him. Yaakov Avinu understood that she didn't feel her own sense of self, her own importance. Her father had destroyed that from her. And therefore, when Yaakov Avinu came in, Yaakov Avinu said, I'll work for her for 7 years, because he wanted her to understand how important she was, who she was, and what she could accomplish, and what she could be. Yaakov Avinu understood that she was something incredible, something important. But he wanted her to understand how important she was. I'll work for you for 7 years. That's how valuable you are. And Yaakov Avinu understood that every single day that he was working was building up her sense of self. And that every single day that he was working, he was doing something important. He was giving a gift to Rachel. He was giving her the gift of herself, of her own esteem, of her own value, of her own importance, of her own power. And therefore, every single day he was doing something valuable. Every single day he was doing something critical. He was giving something to someone. And that's how it went like Yom Machadim. That's how it went like one day. Because he understood that every day was critical. It wasn't just to get the 7 years. It was today I'm giving her something. Today I'm giving her something. The next day I'm giving her something. I'm doing something meaningful and important. And when you're doing something meaningful and important, when you're doing something that's filling you with your own sense of value, then it's like Yom Machadim, then time flies. Time flies when you're having fun. The reason is because you're feeling like you're doing something important, like you're doing something valuable, like your life has some kind of meaning. And when life has meaning, every single day flies. Every single day moves because every single day is important. That's exactly what we're learning during Sphira. It's not just, I've got 49 days left, I've got 48 days left, 47 days left. But that today is the first day, today is the second day, the third day, and today is a day, it's an important day, and it's building myself up today to get ready for Kabbalas HaTorah. It's not just that I have a 49-day goal, and at the end of that, I'm going to have Kabbalas HaTorah, but every single day is part of that, and every single day is valuable and important. Limnais Yameinu Kein They were being taught how to count every day, how to make every single day count. We're being taught that life is not only one long stretch, but it's thousands of irreplaceable units. And that every single day is itself something critical. And for 49 days, between the Exodus of Egypt and between the giving of the Torah, we're being taught, make today count. Today is the one day. Today is 2 days. Today is 3 days. Today counts and it matters. And if I could do that for 49 days, imagine what the 50th day is going to look like. Imagine what the 51st day is going to look like. And imagine what the 365th day is going to look like until I start this cycle all over again. Oh yes, every single day you need to know Hod Sheba Hod, Tiferes Sheba Tiferes, Netzach Sheba Netzach. I need to know every single day. But I need to know to find that in every single day. I need to know to make every single day count. That's the mitzvah of Siras HaOmer. And to recognize that every moment of every day can change my entire life. We know the famous stories in the Gemara of those that did something monumental. And then those who watched them take their lives and turn them around in 1 second and then leave this world on such a high plane. Yesh kaina olamai b'shah achas. And usually when the Gemara tells us, Rabbi or one of the other sages that looked at this and saw Yesh kaina olam, a person can acquire his life in one moment. It was bacha. They cried. They cried for. Joyful. Wow, look at that person changed his life. That executioner who jumped into the fire. And he was accepted into Olam Haba. Before Rabbi Chanina ben Trajan. Why are you crying for? Because if Yesh kaina olam b'shah achas, because if you can make 1 second count, can you imagine if you lived a life where you made 2 seconds count? Can you imagine if you lived a life where you made every second count? If 1 moment can define eternity, then no day is a throwaway day. No minute is invaluable. You know, the Torah promises us for certain things, That in order for your days to become lengthened. But as many sages pointed out, it doesn't always cause lengthening of days. It doesn't always cause more years. Because that's not what Leman Yuchon Yamecha means. Lengthening of days means days becoming full, means days becoming meaningful. Life isn't measured by the years lived. Life is measured by how you use your days. You can make up missed money. You lose a few dollars, you can make the dollars back. But you can't make up missed opportunities. The Gemara describes a crookedness that can never be straightened. Is missing Kriyashma one day. Really? That's a crookedness that can't be fixed up? So you miss Kriyashma one day, okay. No, because you are made up of every single Kriyashma. Because every single moment of recognizing the Rebbeinu Shalom and building that relationship with Him is critical. And if one piece is missing, then you're missing something in your life. That's what we have to remember. That's what we have to recognize. Missed opportunities, you can never get them back. And we can't fix it. And therefore we have to cherish. And we have to value every moment and every opportunity. At the end of life, after 120, we're not going to be asked how many years we lived. We're going to be asked how many days we were truly alive. That's what Sfira Sama teaches me. Limnois yamenu keinoida. Make every day count. The beautiful, amazing, valuable, worthwhile Shabbos where every single second is maximized to its fullest, where we feel the Kedusha of Shabbos every single moment and cherish that gift that we've been given. The gift of life, the gift of Shabbos, the gift of living and being the Rebbeinu Shalom's people. Make every moment count. Have a beautiful Shabbos.